Hi everybody, this is Kathy from Kathy's Cards. Well, I've been making a lot of, let's see, octopuses, little dolls, um, all different things out of yarn. But anyways, with Halloween coming up, I wanted to do a scarecrow. So I have to share with you today, I finally worked it out, and this is my scarecrow. I'm really happy with him. I wasn't sure. Everybody knows the general idea of the body and everything, but I didn't know how I would turn it into a scarecrow. But I did work something out, and hopefully this tutorial will help you make one. You might come up with your own way of doing it, um, but this is kind of what I came up with, and I just think he's so cute, and I think everybody else would like to make one too. So I figured I would do a tutorial on it. So I'm going to put him aside here. We'll put him over here for now. And the first thing that I have to do is you have to make the body. So decide on you. This is the brown that I had right now, but there's different browns you can use, different color straw colors you can use. I did like a peach orange. You could do a straw, whatever you got. I worked with what I had. But anyways, this is the color that I came up with here. And the first thing you're going to do is I just took a piece of cardboard here, and it's 8.5 by 11, and I just drew a line down the middle. I had that from when I do my other ones where I give it a different style here, but you won't need to do that right now. So anyways, the first thing you are going to do, your 8.5 by 11, you're going to do it the long way here, and you are going to do it, I think I did 130 times. If your yarn is real thick, you could do less. It's something you got to kind of feel yourself. But you're going to wrap it around here. Let me see if I can get this up just a little more so you can kind of see. You can see my stuff there. And you're going to wrap it like this. And maybe I'll do it sideways for you to see. You're going to wrap it 130 times. So I'm at 4 right now. And if you get a loose piece here, just, you can just tighten it up later. Don't do it too tight though. I found it's better just to wrap it lightly. So I'm going to pause here so you don't have to watch me do it 130 times. So hang on. Okay, I did 130. So when you get to the top here, you're going to cut that there and leave that. And then you're going to take a piece, probably take about maybe 6 to 10 inches. And then you're going to go, actually probably go to this side because I had the ending string on that side. So we're going to go up to the very top here. And you're going to tie it. Now I don't do it real tight this time around. I kind of do it like in a bow until I cut it, and I make sure everything's even. So you do the bow at the one end here, and then come down at this end. You can see, come down at the other end, and we're going to cut it. You try to cut it as close to, of course my scissors aren't the greatest here, so see if I can find my other ones. For some reason these aren't cutting figures because I'm on the video. Okay, let's see. I know I have another pair here. Yeah. Okay. I know these will be sharp. Should use these first. Okay, so you're going to put the 8.5 by 11 aside right now. And then what I do is you take this piece here, because sometimes when you're cutting, I'm trying to open this up a little bit more there. Let's here, make sure you got it even here. And you want to make sure most of your things are pretty even. Sometimes they're a little shorter, and that's okay. But usually what I like to do is I'll hold it up because some ends are a little shorter than the other. Sometimes just by the way you cut it. But I mean, that can always be rectified, you know, when you're doing the legs. So then what I do is when it seems like it's pretty much even in the middle, then I go back. And this is just me. I mean, you don't have to do that, but I don't like to tie a knot right away until I know for sure that it is in the right spot. So we got that. So now I'll tie it tighter. See, like that. And I'll tie that. And then what I will do is, some people use it as a hanger, but I like to set these up. So I'll take just that little bit there. It's going to be covered anyways later on. Okay. And then we lay it down here. Actually, the camera, I don't know why, but the it's actually lighter than it looks in the camera, the color. It's more of a lighter. See, like you're going to get some that are a little longer just from the pulling. So I just kind of go along here, and if I have a little longer piece, I'll just trim it. Like I said, it don't matter because at the end you usually have, I don't very often have a perfect, where it's perfect and I don't have to do any trimming or anything because I can already see there's some shorter ones here. When you are tying it around the wood, try to keep, don't get crisscrossing too much because then that'll make the sides shorter. Okay, so now we're here. So now what we got to do, again, this is what I do. I take a clear rubber band first. I mean, rubber bands don't last, don't use those permanently. But what I do is I get these clear ones from the store. And what you're going to do here is you're going to kind of like bring it all together here. And try to make it as smooth as you can. And like I said, what I do at first is I use a rubber band just to hold it in place. I mean, it's kind of up to you how big you want it or small you want it. And you can tell, you can bring some of the looser, if you got some that are kind of bulging out, you can just kind of pull at them and bring them down. That's why it's good if you don't get them too far apart, because then you can really, and if you can pull on one, I can usually find it if I pull on it here. Usually, but of course I'm live right now, so that won't happen to me. I'll just put that under there. Try to get most of these under. Let's see here. I got him. It's amazing when you're off camera how much more smoothly it goes. But anyways, you get a little head there, okay? So now, before you do anything else, again, get some more rubber bands out. Take us back to when we were little kids. Now, I don't count. Some people are anal about counting. I don't. I just kind of figure, you know, the same length on each side. I just don't have the patience to really count. And I did it on my first one, and I found out I really didn't make that much of a big difference. And I know a couple other ladies are saying the same thing. So basically, as long as you get them. Oh, too, what you might want to do, I just thought before you even do this, take another piece of string. Okay, and just so you don't forget, because it's easy enough to do, take another piece of string here. And while you got the string, you want to tie the neck here. And you'll bring it towards the back, and that's where you'll tie the knot in the back here. And you can make that one a little tighter. So then you're not just relying on the rubber band, because as we know over time, rubber bands just don't, you know. Okay, now back to the arms. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Like I said, you can always unravel them a little if you find out one looks bigger than the other, but most of the time this works. I think I'm going to put a little back on this one. And then basically, if you know how to do braids, basically here, you're going to braid. You make the 3 little, you all remember this from when we were kids? And then these here you want to do a little tighter because these are the arms. Da 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 da. I need a little music here. And you go down to as far as, like I said, sometimes you'll be shorter on one thing, so that's where I'll end it. Like here, because my one end was short. And I'm going to take the rubber band again. And see there, I get my first arm there, and what I'll do here is I will cut them just a little. You can cut them shorter later too if you want. But here you go, you got your first arm there. Get rid of these. And some arms, you know, you can make them longer or shorter. Sometimes it'll be more even and I can get it a little longer, but and this one here. Okay, let's see. Try not to get any of the front. Basically try to take more from the back here. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And hopefully it'll be close to that one. If not, I'll add a few more. I mean, nobody's going to, you know, for a little bit of difference, nobody's going to say, oh, that arm is, you know, smaller than the other one. Like I said, the first one I did, I was like more anal, and it's like, oh, no. This will take forever. Put that there. And try to compare to, like this one I notice isn't as short. So I don't want to make it too long. I want it to match. So I'm going to compare to this one over here and see how we're doing. Okay. Probably can get another one out of this one. Then I'm going to do the rubber band. I love these clear rubber bands because, like I said, eventually if they dry out or whatever, first of all, you don't see them. That's what I like the clear ones for. And they're just a little, it helps me, you know, it's like, then you can trim these. All right. There we go. I got this one and this one. And like I said, you can always trim these to whatever you would like. Okay, now we got that. Okay, now we're going to need, pull some more of these in here. I don't like the face to be too loose because you got to put all that stuff on. Okay, now you have to work on the body. So I just suggest just kind of shaking it, making sure. Okay, now, again, I think on the body I don't do the rubber band because it's easier to get to. Take another, whatever, 6 to whatever inches, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the body. Actually, I like to do the front this way so you don't see the, the tying in the back. And again here, you can tie this nicely, nice and tight. Double check the front, make sure it's where you want it to be. And then I tie this real good. And then we snip here. Okay. Now a lot of times this is how I make a lot of my girl in a dress ones, because it looks like all like a dress here, but we're not doing that now. So we're going to be going on. Gotta get rid of some of the stuff. There's so much cutting. You get all this stuff. Get it out of your way. Okay, now, next. Since this is Scarecrow, we have to have legs, right? So what you're going to do is split these. And I have a few here that are a little shorter. So what I might end up doing, see if I can get them in between here. I'm going to try to do it like hopefully in the middle here. Like I said, some people will count, and that's cool. That part I don't have the patience for. So again, these are thicker now, okay? These are going to be the legs. So I get a hold of them. It's going to be more in the front going down here. Which can be a little trickier because you don't want it to. And again, make sure you don't get this in there. I'm going to do them a little tighter. And try to keep them, straighter so the braiding part shows in the front. Like I said, if you have any short ones coming out, you can always trim those later. Okay. Okay, now I need another. And like I said, I did 130. Some people might just do 110 or 120. It all depends on the yarn. And so we got the one leg there. And we're going to trim this up. Trim the leg. And like I said, they don't all have to be the same size. It kind of makes it even more like a scarecrow that's not perfect. Go. Like I said, some will come out thinner, thicker. Yeah, it just all depends how you cut it, the yarn. But they're all cute no matter what. I think they're really cute. Like I said, I've been working on this. I'm trying to figure out how can I make this into a scarecrow that I would like. Definitely a thicker one here. Might have did the other one 120. I forget, It's terrible. Can't always remember. And depending on the yarn. Okay. Okay. So I might not have to trim too much. Sometimes the hands, you want them a little, the straw hands, Might want them shorter. It all depends. Okay, now we got this part so far. And next, what we're going to do is, I'm going to take, let's see, I got to find my other color here. Okay. And before I forget, we will do one around his waist. And again, I always start from the front and go to the back. And you can use any kind of rib. I just use the same yarn, but I mean, you could use anything that you wanted. Put that there. And then next what we're going to do is, now this here, let's see, next here, for the hair that I have, I got out a 4x6. And what you're going to do is, what I did was wrap around, I think here, let me see, over here, okay, 20 times I did it, okay. Now the here, let me see here, okay, make sure, okay, the 6 part, that's the one that you're going to go around for the hair. So I'll get the color of the hair that I was using. And again, we're only going to go around 20 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we got to 20. So I'm going to cut it off right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and okay, now I'm going to go up on top here. And I'm going to do the same thing where I'm going to tie it. Can you guys see? Go up on top here and tie it. Bring it down a little bit. And tie it. And you can wait again, not tie it real tight. And then you're going to go down on the bottom here on the end. And we're just going to cut that. Okay. Now you're going to make sure you want it in the middle. You want it in the middle, so I'm going to make sure it's in the middle. This would be the middle. So you want to make sure your rope is in the middle here. Your yarn, I'm sorry. Rope. Then we'll go back, find the other piece, and we'll do it real tight. I'll do it real tight there. This one will let just lay because I'm probably going to have to shorten it. I think I made this, yeah. I think it should be. I made this too short. Oh, let's see here. You might have to take like 2 inches off. You'll be able to tell. That there. Then we'll measure them. See, I took like 2 inches off. So then just go along and think after I got done with it, I realized, oh, 6 inches was too long, but 4 was too short. So, okay, now we're going to bring, oh, have your glue gun hot too. We got to have your glue gun. Now this is going to be the hair, and you'll see here what I'm going to do. And again, it's going to have to be cut. You'll see it's, after you get it on them, you can tell that it's too long. But like everything else, you trim it. Okay. So you're going to put it in the middle, but you want to make sure you have hair coming this way, hair coming the back way, you know, so you got it on both. And we're just going to put like some glue there. And try to go for the top of his head there. Hopefully we get the top. And then when you got him laying down, you're going to make sure you all around you got the hair. And then you'll kind of come along. And you're kind of, see, you're going to do it a little shorter. And again, you might have to cut it again. You'll probably set it up so you can do it evenly here. Like I said, you might come up with your way, a better way of doing this. This is what I came up with. I'd rather have a little extra than cut it too short. That's just my feeling. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to grab that. Okay. So now he's got some hair. And again, I said, you know, you might do it shorter. You'll see after we get like the eyes on, you might still want to do it a little shorter. I did do this. Trying to get this yarn in a little tighter. It's probably the hardest thing, always making sure. But I might be more fussier. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so that's the start of the hair. And it will change because I like it to flip up like my other one here. See how it flips up? So it will be shorter. Okay, next, what I did is I wanted something around here, around his neck. So again, you might find an easier way of doing this, but what I did here is I took an 11-inch string and I put it out like this, okay? Then all I did was come along and let's see, I took, I did like, let me see. Of course, I didn't write it down. Wasn't as prepared as I thought here. Maybe let me measure this here. Let's see here. Because again, you'll shorten this too. But I took like, I don't know, 5.5, 6 inches here. And what I did is I took, what I did was just leave a space here. But what I did is I tied 15 of these. There you go, like this. And what's nice when you do that, when you just do it one knot, see it move, you can see it moves. So it's not like you're stuck there. And what I did is go 15 all the way across. And that's how I got this. And again, you can see you have a few different lengths here and there, but it don't matter because when you put it on, you're going to be cutting it anyway. So, but after I got the 15 on and then I kind of moved them around, then I was able to do this, to go around. And as you can see, it's too long. But here, you go all the way in the back here. You take your longest piece on both sides. And you tie it real tight. Which brings the rest in the back, as you can see. It'll bring more of them in the back. Okay. Make sure I get the right one here. Get the wrong one and it'll fall apart. There I go. Did I get the wrong one? I guess I did. Okay, there we go. You tie that. I hope you guys are following me okay, because I know. And as you can see, you can pull more in the back. Like here, you can. This is what's good, that you can move these things. That's why I wanted it that way, that you can move them. And then again, in this case here, oops, I just started cutting these. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect. Scarecrows aren't perfect, you know, so you don't have to be. Tiny long ones, just cut them. They look so cute. See, he's coming around. He's coming around. That one little string is bugging me. I know. Leave it alone, Kathy. Leave it alone. Okay, so we did that. I know he's still not looking like much, but he will. And then what I did is around here, do whatever size, you know, that you want. I just started tying here because I thought this was easier. I tied it once and then I knotted, you know, and I think I did like 3 on each side. And again, it's whatever, you know, length, probably 6 inches or something. But again, you know, just, sorry, I wasn't in camera. Yeah, I just want them to have a little break. That's what I did. Just to give them a little more straw down there. Let me see if I did his in the back. No. It's like the back, it don't matter. You don't need to see, you know. That doesn't have to have any in the back. You could, but I didn't. I personally didn't. And you can make these just a little shorter. Like I said, it's just fun. It's nothing's perfect. I think I did 3, maybe I did 4. Okay, I'll do one more. I think I did 4 on each side. Okay, now I'm going to pause while I do. I'm going to do the same thing on the foot and on the hands. Okay, so let me pause just not to, you know, use so much time up. Okay, I finished putting the ties on the feet and the hands. I did 3 ties on each one of these and 4 on these. Now, I'm going to stop here and I have to have part 2 because this is going longer than I thought. So hold on to part 2.